everyone. What about your preparations for exam, your studies? Hope everything is going on well. So, in this module, we are going to have a discussion on the impact of media on people. So, as you know, media has both negative and positive impact. Okay, so media and advertising also, we are going to deal with in this. Okay, so shall we have a discussion on it? So in this unit, that means this is block number 3. Okay, this block has 3 sections. Okay, so the first section which we are going to, the first lesson which we are going to deal here is positive impact of media. So you know that there are media has both positive and negative impacts. So, what are the positive impacts of media that we can go through in this short session? Okay. So, as an introduction, you can see that intricacies of media psychology and its role in psychology. Actually, this has become a section after a lot of studies. Okay, and it has been associated with negative effects. So whenever we are thinking about media, we are all giving more attention to negative effects. So, what are the negative effects of media? It is like on human psychology and cognition that we are always thinking of. But we should definitely think about the positive effects of media too. Okay, and human psychology and cognition are definitely influenced by media, whether it is positive or negative. Anyway, we can see that human psychology has been affected, influenced by media. Okay, so you can see that in 1998 it happened. A psychologist, his name was Martin Seligman, he introduced positive psychology as an essential theme. That was his attempt to do that. Okay, actually, how exactly does this media fit into positive psychology? Why we are studying about the media effects? Why are we giving importance on negatives? Why don't we give importance to positives? Okay, so we are always saying that by watching all these series, by watching all these films, there are many negative effects on the present generation. Why are we thinking about negatives only? Aren't there positive impacts of media on those human beings? Okay, let's go through that. So, as you know, as the first segment, you can see that what is media's role in health communication. So, at the time of pandemic, you know, there were many like advertisements, many things like e-magazines, many things were introduced by different types of media. So you can see that mass media plays a very dominant role, very significant role in publicizing health information. So media can reach a lot of people. So like that, if we are giving awareness through media, it can be viewed by many people. So when we want to raise public awareness about any of these things on like critical issues, so if we are conducting awareness class in different parts of the world, you know, it will take time. But at the same time, if we are advertising or like using social media, it can definitely reach people very fast. So, as you know, in 1996, WHO they recognized media's role in spreading health awareness. So, you just think about in 1996, WHO recognized. So, those times, what like TV and radio. Nowadays, impact of medias have been increasing. So, it is of like positive many. There are many positive impacts, right? So different media formats can inform the public effectively. Like if you are giving an advertisement through radio, it can reach many people. If you are using TV, if you are using social media, internet, like whenever you are searching something, these awareness links can come, like advertisements can come. So like that, at the time of COVID-19 pandemic, there was a caller tune by Amitabh Bachchan. So whenever we are hearing that, we will come to know about all these things. Whenever we are calling others, whenever we are listening to all these things, we can see that we are getting awareness unknowingly. Okay. So different forms of media for health communication. So e-books, there are many e-books which has been published, okay, in multiple languages, because we are people living in different areas, right? So it was printed in different languages to provide practical information and combating misinformation through social media regulation. So actually, social media, when we think about it, you can see that many misinformation is also, if people are talking about all these things, sometimes they may be informing bad news too or fake news too. So if we are advertising in the media, or if we are giving truth in the media, people will not believe that. So like that it was used. Health communication influences both individual and collective decision making. Then empowering individuals with knowledge about health practices. Like those times, whenever this pandemic happened, washing our hands quite often, there were many advertisements about that, right? We followed everything, right? So like that. Then enhancing public health awareness. So for giving awareness to, like whenever you are going through the same thing many a times a day, what will happen is you will have to start, you will definitely study that unknowingly. The same thing is happening here. So it increases our knowledge and healthcare awareness, and it can definitely lead us to a healthier and developed society, and puts health on the public agenda. Everyone has a role in it and improves outcomes. Certain behavioral practices improves health outcomes, like pulse polio. In case of pulse polio, what happened we know. Then how can we reduce health disparity? Like reduces impact of socio-economic, racial and disease specific factors. By giving information about all these things, we can definitely control all these things. Health information is made accessible to all because it has been gone through this medias. Use of simplified language for better understanding. They are not at all using scientific terms, nothing. It is very easy for all the people to understand it by hearing or by reading, right? And they ensure easy communication between healthcare professional and the public. Like if a doctor is talking to you, sometimes you can see that the doctor may be talking with like science, that knowledge related to medical science, but whenever he or she is talking like that, we will not come to understand. But there the people, doctors were talking in these awareness classes, or advertisements I am talking of. They used to talk in very easy and simple language that each person is able to understand. Then prevention and promotion of healthy behavior. So as we already know, prevention is better than cure. So all these ideas are being enlightened by different classes. So encourages healthy lifestyle, like washing, when you go out, wash your hands. When you enter, use sanitizer, like wash your hands after each 10 minutes, like that. Many advertisements were there, right? So promotes birth control methods through regular campaign. So that is also for controlling, if we have a lot of children, giving them education, proper education is definitely a difficult job. So if we are having two children, we can definitely look after them easily. So like that, all this information was given through public awareness through media. By there were many advertisements in TV, radio, like that. And demystifying diseases and health misinformation. Health communication simplifies knowledge and actionable messages. It prevents misinformation, because whenever we are getting truth directly, why do we go behind this false information? That will not happen. Effective communication is crucial for health awareness. Okay, and why is health communication so important? So, national CBS report shows that ineffective communication led to 17,744 deaths. They had studied about it. By believing for fake news, by spreading through all this, these deaths happen. Malpractices due to lack of proper communication. So like whatever is not at all, there are many practices that we will come to know by the society. So sometimes our doctors are saying that you should not do that, but we used to hear like that from our, maybe our parents told or grandparents told, but nowadays doctors are saying that you should not do like that. So there are many practices like that. So all this malpractices can lead to the death of a person. So that was controlled by this one. Better communication can prevent diseases and promote health conscious behavior. Health professionals must enhance communication skills to improve healthcare. And principles. What are the principles of effective health communication? There are accurate information, correct information, then balanced and consistent information. So, whatever you should know about the pandemic, so when we take that time as example, whatever you should know about the pandemic was already given. So each and every person was given information regarding that. Culturally appropriate and evidence based. If we are talking about something without a proper evidence, how can we believe that? So if they are giving evidence also, we will definitely believe it, right? So wide reach, because we are using, almost all the people are using all these medias, so it has a wide reach. And it is reliable, understandable, and repeated messages. So it's like that, whenever we are repeating all these things every day, we will definitely study all that. Okay, we will come to understand all that. Then what are the approaches to health communication? And how are they doing that? They are sharing information through effective medium like TV, printed ones we are not using nowadays, but still it can be given in the form of medical brochures, print media, brochures, pamphlet, and newsletters. So if it is kept in front of the doctor's clinic too, sometimes whenever we are going there and watching in front of the doctor, like in the doctor's clinic, we will go through that, right? So like that. Then public service announcements, like non-paid promotion through TV or radio, like in between the programs, you can see that these type of awareness we can see. Just before films, whenever we go to the theater to watch movie, just before films, you can see that, like that. Okay. And press releases, featured story on different media outlet, these are all influenced by technological innovation. So electronic information distribution they are. Then what are the multiple communication channels? Then health messaging aims to improve knowledge and attitude. So whenever we are giving information regarding all this, it is like people come to know about all these things. Empowers individuals, because they know what to do. If they have, if corona came to, they used to do the correct practices for that. How did they come to know about that? By using all these medias. And they are having entertainment, education, health journalism, interpersonal communication, social marketing, and media advocacy. Then there are many forms of they used to give us information through storytelling. There were many puppet shows available. Street plays were also there. That was another form of media. Okay. Then entertainment media's role. What is the entertainment media's role? Entertainment education programs integrate health messages. So sometimes you can see that like paid promotion is going on now. We know that. So like that, in between entertainment programs, you can see information related to health. So we will update our knowledge with that. Digital marketing has transformed health communication. Internet has made the world a smaller place because we can definitely contact with the people who are residing in a far away place, and we can depend on online platform. Then traditional medias, TV and radio, that also we are using now. Radio is not so common, but still there are many people who are using radios every day, are becoming less popular. When we compare to the other medias we are talking of, because TV also it has become Android, so YouTube and all the other social medias we can open by using this TV. So traditional like channels, but still I think that except the present generation, the other generation, they are actually addicted to all this medias, right? Social media is the dominant platform for health communication. Then, what is media's role in destigmatization? And what is, before that, we should definitely know what is stigmatization. So, as you know, that whenever girls have qualities of feminine qualities, and whenever boys have this masculine qualities, it's all normal. But when we fail to be noble, then stigmatized suffering. And what are the problems that happen is mental illness. People will be harassed by the society. So, what about the reaction of people to this stigmatization? It can be divided into three ways. First one is the stigmatized, and it is including people who have the trait deemed undesirable by the public. The normal includes the people who do not have bear the stigma. Then the wise includes the people among the normal who accept and are more open to the stigmatized because they know what to do. Okay, so like this we can just classify them. And what is this destigmatization? How can we regularize it? So the first thing that we should do is making people aware of the facts and empowering the stigmatized group, choosing to speak more cautiously when we are talking with them. And whenever we are doing that, focusing on the positive more and creating a more inclusive society. So, like it is a society where there is acceptance and celebration of difference. Okay. And what is media's role in destigmatization? How much they can play? So we can see that awareness can be given by using all these medias. So when some of the films came, we came to know about the learning disabilities of children. Before that, we didn't think about it. Learning disability was already there, but we didn't think about it. So when these films like Tare Zameen Par and all that came, people became aware of all these things. Then, like all these things can influence the public. Then we know that women, they are they are always weak, dependent on males. So when all this comes, emotional quality of women change, they become independent. So when we are thinking about the mental illness also, people never used to speak about mental illness before many years, but nowadays, going to a psychologist is not at all, or a psychiatrist is not at all a problematic. We are just people, they are talking about their illness in public. They are not at all concerned about that. Over concerned, we should say. They are concerned, but not over concerned. So everyone start to talk in public. They don't have a problem in talking about that. Okay, so we are just concluding this session. So, in that conclusion, we know that media it's playing a crucial role and improves health literacy, promotes preventive health care. It is essential in countering misinformation and it ensures a well informed society. Then, advancements in digital media continue to reshape health education and communication. Okay, so next one is the next unit. In the next unit, we are going to talk about the negative impact of media. Okay, so as an introduction, we can see that media is able to spread awareness and influence others. So, this influence can be negative or positive. It can play an impactful role in human psychology. Then movie makers send story, tell us, earn money. So actually there are many influencers now, you can see that they are making money out of this. And some of the like content makers, they are not at all thinking about, they are just thinking about the money. They are not at all thinking about or films or nothing. They whether the message is positive or negative, that they don't bother. They are just thinking about the rating of it. Then channels, they are just thinking about the rating of their program. They don't think whether they are passing on like negative message or positive message. Okay, and impact, what is the impact of media? So a personal agenda behind many, like when we think about all these programs, sometimes you can see that there may be a personal agenda. That means if a person has a channel, he can definitely influence the people who are working in the channel to make programs which like in his taste. Media has the power to make people believe in everything, because most of the people, more than 50% of the people, they have a tendency to believe whatever the media tells us. Then films also, they are interested in rating of it, like how many people watched it or what are the side effects of all that we are not thinking about. Then, what is the role of media violence? Actually, there are many cases which happen. When we deal with case studies, Chelambra bank robbery, it happened in 2007. So, these people, they had watched the film movie Doom. And like that, they dug a hole into the hole to the bank. Similar type of robbery they had conducted, and they looted cash and gold. Okay, then another case study was the stabbing of the teacher by a 15-year-old child, because teacher scolded him in front of others, teased him by saying that he is not able to do anything. So he was influenced by Agnipath movie. Okay, then 1971 there was a movie like Clockwork Orange, and it could inspire people to do many crimes. So after that, what did they do? Is the movie was withdrawn from general release. So in these three cases, you can see that we can say that not all the people who watch movie, all this movie become aggressive, because and at the same time we can't say that violence has no impact on society. People not become murderers. Like if you are reading a murder like a fiction, will you go and kill somebody? Sometimes only. We can't say that whoever reads the story will go into the society and kill others. Okay, so if anyone sees violence repeatedly, there is a chance. We can't avoid the chance of becoming violent. Okay, then Bushman and Anderson, they had a research in 2009, and they had divided the subjects into two groups. One group they used to see, they were allowed to see violent games and play violent games. Other group, they were not allowed to. So after all this practice of continuous days, he could understand, or they could understand, that the people who never used to play and watch all these violent games, they were fast to help other people whenever they need help. Okay, that was the reaction of it. And there are many theoretical explanations of media violence and their impact on human psychology. And when we think about the social learning theory, new behavior by imitation and observation. When people, they are watching all these things continuously, observing everything continuously, you can see that they are adopting new behavior. They are imitating the heroes or the villains or heroines. Then bridge between cognitive and behavioral school of thoughts. They are using all these cognitive abilities. Okay. And what is the process of this observation? Like in the absence of this direct reinforcements too, they are adopting new type of behavior. So they had done an experiment like Bobo doll experiment, like it happened in 1961-63. Albert Bandura's artificial selling children, they exposed to violent media. For continuous days, so they have a tendency to follow the same pattern. Okay, then negative low external validity, and we can say that it might not apply to real life. It's like whenever people were there in the similar setting, like the setting in which they live had a resemblance with the setting of, like, just imagine you watch a movie and you are living in the same set, like in the same atmosphere for some days, there is a chance of imitating. Okay, it affected the children because they learn through observation. So they observed through this observing natural setting. And you can see that Park and Clumslock in 1994, they talk about this positive and significant correlation to violence and aggressive behavior, and why we are imitating violent media behavior, whether it is a film or a movie, like a series or something like that. Why do we have a tendency to imitate this violence? And violence as fun games too, they too promote aggression. They are promoting aggressive thinking. Why is it like this? Then media violence and desensitization, we can talk about this topic. Okay, so what is media violence and desensitization? So we can see that studies, they're showing that when we are exposing to violent media continuously, it can make people less empathetic in real life. This is because of normalization of violence, because they are seeing it every day. So they are thinking that it's not a matter at all. Okay, continuous exposure to violent media. And whenever they are watching it continuously, what happened is people will become less empathetic. Desensitization happens. Then decrease in the emotion, cognitive, and psychophysiological behavior response. Like whenever they are watching all this, they don't have empathy towards those people. Okay, so making video of someone suffering rather than helping is one of the criterias. Like when people are suffering, you can see that whenever they are attacking one, or whenever the person met with an accident, that is very normal nowadays, because instead of helping, what will people do is they will definitely record everything. Okay, so this is the reaction of it. Then, when a natural and a man-made calamity happens, everyone is feeling deeply for it. And some people, you can see that they will go and help others. Okay, so some will not help. If they are personally affected, they will help. Okay, so eventually move on, and it is definitely a natural process. Then inhibition of moral reasoning, it is based on morals and values, and it prevents the people from all this aggressive actions. and whenever they are repeatedly exposed to violence, they definitely take this violence as a normalcy. Okay, media violence can desensitize children. That is what at all happening nowadays. They have reduced their empathy, they have negative attitude towards violence, and violent behavior unrealistic. And in romance also, sometimes we are hearing that if a girl is saying no, the next day going there and killing her, right? So like that, romance, violent action, enjoyment. So whenever you can see that movies also, in movies also, the heroes are doing violence, right? Violent action, enjoyment. Heroes, whenever they are doing violence, it is quite often, we are ready to admit it. Heroism we are celebrating. So some viewers, they do have the tendency to perceive the same. Okay, and next we can see that general aggression model. That is, in short form, we can call it as GAM. That is a meta theory. It's a meta theory that integrating the role of different factors, situational factors. The factors can be situational. Situational factors like frustration, provocation, exposure to aggressive model, or media, or even culture also. And personal factors also, like personality, belief, biological factors, and are the primary input variables for aggression. And exposure to violent media can be like a situational factor. It continues exposure, and the impact you can see in three internal state path. Okay, thought, feeling, and arousal. And how much all these medias can influence people, that's a question to be discussed. And which are the personality factors, which are the personality factors, personality and other personal factors, different people, different movie. We who are more prone to violent media, like who are all using this negative lens to watch all this, and are the people questioning all this, are they blindly following whatever they are watching? All this should be discussed. Then in 1935, Central and Alport, they had a psychological study, psychology of radio education, less likely to take everyday inclined works. They checked accuracy, not at all with formal education, and there were some people who were with formal education, and they were not able to assess the nature. And these educated ones, they are more conscious population. Then there are many personality factors too. That is, when we are thinking about the impact of media on people, sometimes opposite can also happen, but at the same time, the people who are getting education, or those who are so educated, you can see that the impact of media on them is very less. Okay, then not much relation between psychoticism and preference for violent media. It's all sensational seeking. Okay, there are many violent TV programs, and people, there are many personality traits also. So sometimes, all these personality traits may be sleeping in us. So when we are exposed to these medias, quite often all these ones are coming. Tendency to follow violent media can happen, and regarding all these cases, more investigation should definitely happen. Okay, and then why are people confessing about all this? Like they are inspired by movies, media has an important role in this. Then why are we think, why don't we think about other medias also, other factors also? Media may not be the sole cause. Like if you watch a violent movie, will you go and do violence in the society? Not always. So life incidents can also happen to, can influence we have some responsibility to the society, to the family. So all these ones we should take care of. Okay, Then, what is media's role in body image issue, and how can it impact us in this eating behavior? As you know, whenever we are watching all these movies, there are many heroes and heroine. Like a similar fashion, fair skin they have. It's not fire, sorry. It is fair skin. They have straight hair, their figure. Like if it is a male one, very tall and well built, muscular person. But when we think about the real world, it is definitely different. Diversity we can see, right? There are many type of people, but in the media we can see only one or two type. Real world is different. So in this real world, famous heroines revealed, and some of the famous heroines, like chubby ones, they just disclose whatever happened in the past. When they too had faced all this body shaming, discrimination happened to them. Then when we think about this beauty, we all are like standardized, stereotypical concepts are there in our minds. Like there are many gender roles perception, like masculinity, femininity, behavioral advertisement, printed visual, like what are body image issue and eating disorder, like what is the perception your body feeling, what do you think about your body, like when you think about the whole body, do you think that some parts are not okay and some other parts are okay? Are you satisfied in your body? So, how satisfied are you not satisfied? So, it can definitely lead to unhealthy behavior. So, if you think that you are too fat, sometimes you will be doing something to make you thin. So, it can definitely lead you to unhealthy situation. Okay, so they are all influenced by internal and external factors. Then, as you know, we are living in a society. So there are sometimes body shaming happen, social group, and some people they have a tendency to imitate all these people, and they are making others to accept. Like as you know, when you become a little fat, people will start to say, "Oh, what happened to you? You have become fat. So do you have any diseases?" So like that, many questions will come, right? So there is a like a desired criteria that should be there when we think about the perfect body. So we have so many pictures that we are seeing, but the reality may be different. That may be edited type of pictures. Okay, most of us feel discomfort by seeing all that. So in these medias, you can see that it may be an edited one, not a real photo. But anyway, then portrayal of ideal body types in media. So when we think about a healthy human being, like a thin, muscular one, like thin, like straight hair, fair skin. There are many like stereotype things in our mind, right? So sorry, Pluto once he said beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So if I see that he is a handsome man or she is a beautiful girl, sometimes you may not think like that, because what I see I'm talking of, right? So beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, those who sees that. Then beauty, there are many beauty defined subjectively. Why are we becoming so stereotypical in this case? Then it is when you just watch all these movies, it is very difficult to find out five overweight people in lead roles. Supporting role it will be. Then if they don't have fair complexion, they may not be selected for that. And when we think about men in the movie, we know that they should have a muscular, tall, very little diversity we are seeing. Obese ones are not at all seeing. So sometimes you can see that they will act as in comical characters. So muscularity is always connected to leanness, that like interconnected it is. Like if a person is too fat, we will not think that person handsome or beautiful. So when we think about our body too, do we think that some parts are okay, some parts are not okay? Like if you don't think that, I should say that you are feeling you are far more better. If yes, sometimes you just ask yourself from where this feeling came. So, do you think that you are beautiful, or do you think that you are handsome? And why? Why don't you think so? So, who told you that a fatty one is not beautiful or handsome? So, like that, we should ask. Then, how does this media influence human psychology? There was like a social comparison theory by Festinger. It happened in 1954. People, they have a tendency to compare themselves with others. They are not at all defining their own worth. They are thinking about others. They are just looking at the models and actors whose photos they are watching or whose movies they are watching. Then after that they will have a judgment followed, and they will think that I am not at all beautiful, I am not at all handsome, like that. So dissatisfaction happens after that. Then they will do something, their confidence level will be decreased, self-esteem will go, and after that they will definitely have a tendency to follow certain methods to become muscular or to become thin or to become fair complexion, like that. So, eating disorders associated with the body image disturbance. And this is this satisfaction to take more than thin. Then they don't. Sometimes you can see that they are not at all blaming the media. Instead, they are blaming themselves. They are thinking that a beautiful lady should be thin. If they are not thin, they are thinking that it is not the problem of the media, it is their own problem. Okay, so in between you can see that family and peer influence also you can see, like friends may be doing body shaming, relatives may be doing body shaming, like that. Then what is about internet addiction? Internet, it's a finest addition, and world has become so small by the use of internet. We can know about everything within a short time, right? There are many video games and social media, like amusing dependent addiction. It has become addiction, like addiction. When we say about addiction is whenever if you are going through the social medias every day, it's not an addiction. Okay, you are spending fixed time for that, that's not an addiction. You are watching like Instagram reels, or it's not an addiction at all. But you just think about that, watching all these can definitely affect your routine work, then it is addiction, then you should definitely beware of. Then gaming disorder, pattern of gaming behavior, like if it goes on like 12 months like that, it is addiction, otherwise it's not addiction. And changes rising concern, like dread addiction, release of, like whenever we are watching all this, what happens to our body is release of dopamine, and we are all like satisfied, and many physical issues will happen. Okay, so there is a case study. It happened in StarCraft in 1998. There were many gaming cafes, like called PC banks, and all these ones were near universities and colleges. And all people, almost all the people, like 20 percentage adults and 10 percentage children, were addicted to that. And after all this, what did the government do? Is government passed a rule in 2011, like 16 years below children will not be allowed to use midnight to 6 a.m. Other time they can use it. So this is called as shutdown law or Cinderella law. Okay, and what is next? We are going to talk about media and advertising. What is media and advertising? There are a lot of advertisements you can see in between radio and TV programs. Also you can see advertisements, and there are many lot of memories also, like the advertisements that you used to watch whenever you are smaller ones, right? So sometimes when we are not expecting an advertisement, there also the advertisement comes, like unexpected time slot it is. What is the use of all this? Is there any use? Are we influenced by these medias? And media and advertisement, as you know, it is communicating, sharing knowledge and information. It can definitely connect people, different people residing in different area. Then advertising has a major role in this. Then advertisement, it is a multi-billion dollar industry. So there are different types of advertisements like a printing media. Printing media includes newspaper, magazine, etc. Then audio visual media is there, radio, TV. Social media like a Facebook, Instagram, X, like all that. Internet search engine also you can see advertisement. Like whenever email comes, you can see advertisements. Then which are the goals of advertisements? Like pursuing audience, giving them information, then let them compare everything. Then Philip Kotler, he was known as the father of marketing, like not personal selling vehicle, it like media, it's not a personal selling vehicle, and there are certain goals for that, like how can you boost the sale of a property, or like a product, how we should like do the introduction of a new product through advertisement. So it may be like new brand, building a new brand. So branded items, some of the branded items, they don't need advertisement at all. Without advertisement too, we will buy it, right? And they are giving like education. They are making people aware about all these things. There are many objectives for that. So what are the objectives? Like to inform people about the uses of a product, the advantages of using it, and letting them know about the drop in price so they can definitely buy that, to pursue them, like changing their perception in this case, like make them make favorable attitude in them, to influence them to buy that, like to remind them about the product, like offers, future needs will be done by this, so like that. There are many stakeholders, like product advertising agency, and target audience. So, whom we are targeting by an advertisement, mass media platforms. Then there are many government authorities too. So, changing landscape you can see, like changing landscape, TV, radio was there. Now it is Instagram, Facebook, like that. Experimental ads also you can see sometimes. Then we are giving importance to the visual appeal. Sometimes we will be influenced or affected by this visual appeal, and we will have a tendency to buy that. And there are many creative art forms. Sometimes by seeing an advertisement, we are thinking like, oh, it's like a movie. How did they create all this? Like content will be so much beautiful, like that. It is definitely digital marketing. Then social media advertising you can see, like through Facebook, through Instagram, like that. Then content marketing on social media, like there are many YouTubers, they are making content on different items, then people, they have a tendency to watch them and all that. Then interactive advertising also you can see, by interacting with people. Then search engine optimization, like whenever you are searching for something, these advertisements coming. Contextual advertisements, like whenever we are watching something, the advertisement which is related to that situation comes. Then advertorials also you can see. Then developing and effective advertising programs you can see, they are all investing a lot of money, like for making, for giving money to the stars who are coming in that, for making content, cameraman, many things are needed for that, no? They are investing a lot of time also. And why some ads during a certain program? So sometimes you can see that during a certain program, whenever we are watching a movie, a same type of advertisement is coming again and again. Why is it like that? Some advertising like print, why some on radio, some on TV, some in the form of printing, all that we should think about. And what is effective advertisement? How can advertisement be effective? Like desired, how can we make desired impact on the consumers that lead the customer form a favorable attitude towards that. Like when we are introducing a new soap, customer is watching the advertisement of that, and customer is thinking that this is too good. So customer may be using a same soap for more than 15 years or 20 years, but then he has a tendency to change to the new one. That should be created, right? So hierarchy of XFA model consumers and more linearly different stages. Then cognitive stage, affective stage, and behavioral stage also there. Three stages are there. Then cognitive presence in the mind of audience. Like after seeing all these advertisement, the advertisement should definitely be there in the mind of the person. Creating awareness is the first step. Okay, then repeating product name to make it focal. So, repeating product name, then the consumer will always remember that. So, when he went to or when she went to the market, they will buy that. Knowledge, they are this. They are having this target audience in their mind to give them more knowledge about this item. The next two stages, emotions of target audience. Like after seeing all these advertisements, the audience, they will have a tendency to buy that. Okay, so they like the product. If they like the product also, we can't say that they will go and buy it. Liking doesn't mean preference, so we should definitely make them buy it. That's it. Conviction, performance, then preference, conviction of buying, conviction, effective campaign also, then only purchase will happen. Okay, conviction follows purchase sometimes. Otherwise, you can see that they will ask for more information. Then, if the advertisement is not so effective, you can see that they will change the advertisement. The next advertisement come. IDA model, you can see A attention, I interest, D desire, and A action. Okay, so they will have attention, they will have interest in that, they will have a desire to buy that, and the action is going to the shop and buy that. Able to attract attention of potential consumers. And you can see they are using like many attractive colors to attract the attention of the consumers. Okay, there are many steps in designing an effective advertisement program. 5 M's means advertising, mission of the advertisement. So think about the money we are investing in it. What is the message we are giving to people? And what are the medias we are using in it? And measurement, how much people are buying that. Okay, so selecting the advertisement objective, first goal setting should be there, then informative advertising, persuasive advertising, because after watching all these advertisements, people should have a tendency to buy that. Then they should compare that product with the product which they are using now. Okay, then reminder advertising to remind them how to buy it. Then reinforcement advertising also there, like informing them again and again to buy it. Then deciding on advertisement budget. How can we? They should have a budget, because as per the budget, they should select the company. They should select the actors or hero or heroines who are going to act in that, like that. Understanding about the input cost, how much can they spend on it, then what may be the output of it. Then deciding budget is definitely an important factor. Then developing the advertisement campaign, message generation and evaluation of it. Creative content. Okay, so how are they making the script? Delivery of it. Advertisement, elaboration, likelihood model, dual processing model by Petty and Cariopo. There are two routes to persuade others. Like central route is there and peripheral route is also there. Then creative development, crafting in a creative manner. So then only people will be attracted to the advertisement. And what is the message strategy? Keep the consumer engaged in the execution of message. Then the consumer should have positive mood or emotion. For that we can use jingles, musical ones, and there are many personality symbols also. So what do you mean by this personality symbols is, so you can see that whenever we are thinking of an advertisement for a long time, there may be like one child, which comes like a washing powder. There was a washing powder like that, in which we used to see image of a girl. MDH masala, there was an old man in that, like that. Then source credibility also. People should have a like, if like film stars are saying like that, I'm using all this for a quite a long time, then people will have a tendency to buy that, right? So scientific evidence also should be there, otherwise people will not believe. Then trustworthiness is again matters. Then if you like it or don't like it matters. Then consumer generated messages, we are just checking the reviews, right? Whenever we are going to buy that, that is important. So are we selecting the right media? That matters. Then how do they reach, like how much do they reach, how much do they impact people? That matters. Then selecting specific media vehicle. Media vehicle means media method. Is it TV? Is it radio? Is it Facebook? Like that. Then media timing, like how much they are coming. Once in a day, twice in a day, after 10 minutes, after half an hour, that matters. Then evaluating the effect of advertisement. How much do they impact people? Can people be influenced by it, like that? Then there is a case study on media and advertising. Like there was a like company like Target. Then it was like Target knows when its customers are pregnant. So actually, what happened is, Target American Retail Corporation, and those time a father of a high school girl, that father came to the Target. He was so angry. Why is the Target company, they are offering discount to his daughter? Actually, daughter is like a high school student, and they are giving discount on baby products and maternity products. That's why father became angry. So manager, he couldn't understand why did it happen, but anyway he just apologized for that. Okay, but after some time, what happened is father came and apologized to the manager, because he came to know that his daughter was pregnant. So it is actually like, as you know, whenever we are purchasing many things, if we are purchasing the same type of things, they will come to know. Nowadays you can see that if you are searching something in an Amazon or Flipkart or any other media, you can see that the same type of goods will come for us, right? So like that, later father apologized when he came to know that his daughter was pregnant. Okay, so in this module, we just told about negative impact of media, positive impact of media, and media and advertising. Hope you understood everything. Okay, thank you.